Johnny, they're out to stop me.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. The time I've spent in the steward's room, there's never any inkling of an idea that that is the case. And again, where he said also, so well, I've sort of started in that position in many times. Well, there's always been a place for many years, maybe 20-odd years, that you start only in that designated area. You can't go outside it. That's why I spoke about Charles Leclerc when I was on the grid, because there's this trigger. When you trigger it, you've got that time to get around to the grid. So it's before the trigger. Says it all.
Yeah, Karun, you were shaking your head there.
Yeah, I mean, there have been 2 occasions in 3 races now that Lewis has been caught out by something that we don't normally see drivers get a penalty for. It's been unusual in both instances. The one today, it confused me, if I'm honest. You know, Johnny and I, like Lewis, we've driven at many racetracks around the world. And you know you can't go that far down the pit lane when everyone else is accelerating at full speed and do a practice start. It's just something that the stewards are never going to let you get away with. So, you know, obviously at this moment, the adrenaline is still pumping. He's still angry about it. He still hasn't had time to digest and you know, allow himself to come back down off the anger from the race. But I'm sure when he goes to have and if he goes to have a conversation with Michael Massey and the stewards later on, along with Ron Meadows, his team manager, and they have a bit of a dialogue, I think he will understand that they're not out to get him. And when you look at the video, I think it was one of the racing points we saw, you know, sort of caught him by surprise. Had to jink out of the way, and it did catch the other drivers by surprise. So I think Lewis, you know, once he's cooled down after the heat of battle, and sees the videos and understands a bit more and speaks to the people in the stewards room, he will have a more measured view.
And there's one thing, as I was walking back after interviewing the drivers, I was told that it was actually the team that told him to go down there. It wasn't actually Lewis who decided to. I heard it was the team that told him to.
Let's have a listen to his team radio then, because it all started before as he went to the grid, and then this is the team radio that followed throughout.
It's all rubber here. Can I go further out?
8 firm.
Into the pit wall.
Yeah, copy. Probably leave enough room for cars to pass.
Yeah, so he did say, can I go further out, didn't he?
Well, he questioned it, really, didn't he? Should I go there?
Yeah, and I think that's a conversation that the team need to have internally as well. And it involves him. You know, when I say team, a driver is a part of this team, right? So they've all got to have these conversations and just be clear on what to do next time round. They can't change the past, but they can change the future.
Yeah.
And they've just got to have clarity in their own minds in other circuits that these come up in.